Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my new poly elephant ear plant, the Alocasia. This is what it looks like. It's doing super well. I've had it a couple of months and I'm going to give you a few care tips. The origin of this plant is from Southeast Asia. It has an alien looking leaves. It's arrowhead shaped with white looking veins, as you can see. The leaves feel kind of waxy. They can get to be a pretty good size. They reach approximately 12 to 24 inches long and can be 6 to 11 inches wide. It does flower occasionally. It's rare, but it can flower, and I believe the flowers are white. Now, the one thing I didn't know about this plant, and it may keep a lot of people from getting it, so you have to decide when you're looking at this plant if you're going to be okay with it. It can die back in the winter. You'll start noticing the leaves dying, and all you do is trim it back. Some people don't want to deal with that. Some people want a plant that is full and pretty all the time, so that's something to consider. I will do an update when it starts getting winter and let you see how my plant is doing and exactly what it does. But I thought you'd be interested to know that. Now, if the leaves turn brown, you're overwatering it. So you need to be careful not to overwater. If the leaves are dry and crispy, that means the humidity is too low. This plant loves to be mist, so be sure and mist it. You can mist it daily or every other day, should be okay, but do mist it. I do mist mine, and so far it's doing pretty good. Now, if you have any pale or patchy brown leaves, that means it's too much light. It does like bright indirect light. Now, this is indoor care tips. It does like bright indirect light. Have mine sitting in a south window, and it is about a foot from the window. It's pretty close to the window, and it's doing pretty good so far. It likes to be kept moist but not soggy. Do not allow this plant to dry out. It will start turning brown and you'll lose your leaves. So be careful not to let it dry out. It is a tropical plant, and be sure and mist it as often as possible. I do give my plant food every 2 weeks. I use the Miracle Grow plant food. Fertilizer, you can fertilize every 2 weeks and just fertilize at a half strength. You can just pick up a good fertilizer at Walmart or Lowe's, and that should be sufficient. If you want to know what kind I use, just let me know, leave a message, and I will look it up and give you the name of the one I use, but I did get it from Lowe's. Pruning. Now, if your plant leaf starts turning really brown and discolored, it's better to go ahead and prune it. Just cut it off, because you don't want your plant focusing on the dead leaf. You want it to focus on the new leaves and the better, healthier leaves. And it will do better if you do that. You'll always have more trouble with your plant if you have a bunch of dead leaves on it. Soil prefers a well-drained but moist soil, not soggy, moist. Repotting. It's better to repot in the spring if needed and only go one size up. So if you have a 4-inch pot, go up to a 6-inch pot. Propagation. It's better to repot in the spring, and you can do that by just going down and removing your baby right directly from the plant, from the root. That's the best way to do it, and you might want to go ahead and just repot your plant at the same time. Now, pest, it is susceptible to spider mites, scales, mealy bugs, and aphids. Again, you can just go in there with a warm cloth and wipe them off, spray them with some soapy water, which is what I always do to get rid of pests. It works for the most part, unless you get a really, really bad case. And on this plant, it would be kind of hard to get a really bad case because the leaves are easy to go in and wipe off. But on some plants, it's really hard to get rid of them because the leaves are smaller and more delicate. One thing very important about this plant is it is toxic. It's toxic to pets and people. Now, I've read that it's not fatal, but again, it can make you very sick. So make sure you keep your animals away from the plant, and small children, keep an eye on them. Okay, there you go. If you have any questions about today's video, be sure and link them below. I always try to answer every question if I can. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell for notifications, and give me a thumbs up if you like today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.